The International Court of Justice has ruled that Israel's occupation of the West Bank violates international law, calling for the withdrawal of settlers and repatriation for those affected. Advocacy group Oxfam and Jerusalem-based rights group Beit Salem have supported the ruling, urging the international community to end the occupation. Israeli officials have rejected the non-binding rule, while Palestinian officials in several countries have hailed it as a clear declaration of the illegality of Israel's actions. Meanwhile, Israeli forces continued attacks across Gaza, with at least 50 people killed in the past day, including 24 in the Nuseirat camp alone. The World Health Organization has warned that the detection of the polio virus in Gaza's sewage indicates the virus is circulating among displaced Palestinians.
That the virus has been isolated from the environment only at this time, and there's no associated paralytic case or any cases that have been detected. The coverage rates in Gaza were really optimal before the start of this ongoing war. Polio vaccination coverage is primarily conducted through routine immunization and was estimated at 89% in 2023, just according to the latest WHO UNICEF routine immunization estimates.
In other news, Britain's new foreign minister announced that the UK will resume funding the UNRWA, providing $27 million after steps were taken to ensure the agency meets the highest standard of neutrality.
The humanitarian situation in Gaza is devastating. Mothers are unable to feed their children. Families are forced to flee their homes many times. More aid workers killed than in any other conflict. An entire population at risk of famine and dependent on humanitarian assistance. That's why we are lifting the pause on funding to UNRWA today. UNRWA is the only agency that can deliver humanitarian aid at the scale needed in Gaza. It's already provided more than 1 million people facing famine with food parcels. It is right that UNRWA strengthened its procedures following the shocking allegations against some members of its staff and the recommendations of the Colonna report. But UNRWA has acted, so the UK now joins partners like Japan, France and the European Union in lifting our pause on funding. The £21 million of funding we're announcing today will provide essential food, water, shelter and other support to millions of Palestinians in Gaza and across the region. UNRWA can only operate effectively if it's safe to do so. That's why we need an immediate ceasefire, all of the hostages released, and aid has finally got to get into Gaza with unlimited and unrestricted access to save lives.
Independent experts have stated that the killing of 6-year-old Palestinian girl Hind Rajab and her family and 2 paramedics in Gaza City in February may amount to a war crime, according to the UN Human Rights Agency. The ongoing conflict has resulted in at least 38,848 deaths and 89,459 injuries in Gaza.